Good morning. Today is November 10th, 2022. You need to get out your bell work and work your bell work. Explain your thinking as to why you chose A or B. You have a few minutes to do that now. Your essential question for the day is, how can you use different strategies to solve basic fraction problems? Your I can statement is, I can use different strategies to solve basic fraction problems, and I will complete fraction quiz corrections is your I will statement. All right, so today we are going to do corrections on our basic fractions quiz. You need to make sure that you have a colored pen or a colored map pencil out and ready. If you got the problem wrong, you need to do what I'm doing. Whatever I'm doing in color, you're doing on your paper. You will not leave with your test papers. You're doing it on your test paper, and Ms. Coleman has handed these back out to you. Number 1 says, identify each number as prime or composite. I'm going to look at the last digit, and I'm going to ask myself, is 8 an even or odd number? It is an even number. And then I'm going to say, is 8 divisible by 2? 8 is divisible by 2. It is 2 times 4. So 48, 2 factors are 1 and 48, and then I have 2 and 24. So I can stop right there and know that this is a composite number, because composite numbers have more than 2 factors, and I already have 4 factors on my paper. 23. Is 23 prime or composite? I'm going to start with the divisibility rule of 2. I know for sure that my 1 times 23 are 2 of my factors. 23 is not divisible by 2. 23 is not divisible by 5 or 10 either, because it doesn't end in a 5 or a 0. It is not divisible by 3. I'm going to stop there. 23 is a prime number. The number 75. Several of you missed number 75. I can automatically know that 1 times 75 are 2 factors. And then I'm going to go straight to, is 75 divisible by 5? If it ends in a 5 or a 0, it is divisible by 5. So I know 5 times something is going to equal 75. So I'm already at 3 factors. I can stop there. This number 75 is composite. Make sure that what I have in red on my screen is in colored pen or colored pencil on your paper if you got it wrong. Number 2, identify each statement as true or false. Okay. 30 is 36 divisible by 2, 4, or 9? 2, 4, and 9. 36 is an even number. It is divisible by 2, so I'm going to put a check. 36 is divisible by 4. Guess what? 4 times 9 is 36. So this number is divisible by 2, 4, and 9. This is true. The number 75, is it divisible by 5? If it ends in a 5 or a 0, it is divisible by 5. But is it divisible by 6? Okay, if I add 7 and 5 together, I get 12, but there's not 3 digits, and it says the last 2 digits are divisible by 6. 75 is not divisible by 6. This is an X, so it is false. The next number is 60. Is it divisible by 5, 6, and 10? So it ends in a 5 or a 0. It is divisible by 5. It ends in a 0, so it is divisible by 6. And guess what? 6 times 10 is 60. So this is divisible by 5, 6, and 10. If you don't know for sure, you should have done division problems on your paper somewhere to figure out if this is correct or not. For example, 75, if you didn't know it was divisible by 6, you need to actually do 75 divided by 6. All right, going on. Number 3, which of the following is not equivalent to 12/18ths? Okay. Excuse me. So, I'm going to say 12/18ths, and I'm going to divide it by 2. Whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 18 divided by 2 is 9. We want the one that's not equivalent, so 6/9 is equivalent. Okay. I'm going to take 24/36, and I'm going to divide by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 36 divided by 2 is 18. So 24/36 is equivalent, so that is not our answer. Okay. If I got to 6/9, I could divide this by 3, and I could get 2/3. Okay. So again, 12/18ths is equivalent to 2/3. That is the simplest form I can get, so my answer is 1/2. It is not equivalent to 12/18ths. Number 4, which fraction is below is not equivalent to the model shown? Well, I need to figure out that this is 1/4. So I'm looking for things that are equivalent to 1/4. Okay? If I divide this by 2 and I divide this by 2, I'm going to get 1/4. 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4. Cross it off. 5 goes into 20, so if I divide by 5, I'm going to get 1/4. So 5/20 is equivalent to 1/4. Guess what? If I divide the top by 10 and the bottom by 10, I get 1/4. So 10/40 is equivalent. And then I'm looking at 3/16. Well, 3/16 is in the simplest form that it can be in, so we automatically know that this is not equivalent to 1/4. Number 5, remember you're writing what I'm writing if you got the problem wrong or if you got half credit off. Okay. Number 5 says convert each mixed number to an improper fraction, and this is where several of you got confused. Okay. When there are 2 steps to changing a mixed number to an improper fraction, the first step, you should multiply the whole number times the denominator. So 3 times 5 equals 15. The next step is I'm going to go up and I'm going to add. So I'm going to add 15 plus 2, and I'm going to get 17. Y'all, that's your new denominator. 17 is your new denominator, and your numerator stays the same. Sorry, your denominator stays the same, so it should be 17/5. Okay, so again, we're going to go step 1. We're going to multiply the whole number times the denominator. So I'm going to say 5 times 2, that's equal to 10. Then I'm going to add up. So I'm going to take the answer and I'm going to add up. So 10 plus 1 is going to give me 11. So my new numerator is 11, and my denominator stays the same, so it should be 11/2, 11/2. That is moving from a mixed number to an improper fraction. Excuse me. Number 6 says go backwards. Convert from an improper fraction to a mixed number. Okay? Most of you did well on this, but what you do for this is you're going to take the denominator and divide into the numerator. So for this one, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say 3 goes into 14, or 14 divided by 3 does not go into 1. So I bring my 1 down and bring my 4 down, and this goes into it 2 times. So I take away 12. 14 minus 12 is 2. You don't have remainders, so your remainder becomes your numerator and your denominator stays the same. So 4/13 is equal to 2 2/3. Miss House made a mistake. It is not 2 2/3. It is 3. So sorry about that. Oops, here we go. It is 3. It's not 3, it is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Woo, this house. So 14 thirds is equal to 4 2/3. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so our next problem is 22 divided by 7. 7 does not go into 2, so we take away 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. Bring down my 2. 7 into 22 goes 3 times. Take away 21. 2 minus 21 is 1, so my remainder is my numerator, and then my denominator stays the same. So 22 sevenths is equal to 3 1/7. Make sure you have that information copied down, and if you copied down the mistake, I'm so sorry, fix it. Teachers make mistakes too. All right, number 7, solve the following problem. Most of you did great on this one, so your denominator is the same, so it's going to stay the same. So I can add. All I'm going to do is add my numerators. 2 plus 2 is 4. Now, I need to ask myself, is this the simplest form it is? And that is, it is the simplest form because 4 and 7 cannot be divided by, they don't have factors that are the same. 7 is prime, so this is in the simplest form. My next problem, several of y'all missed number 8, and you missed number 8 because you added instead of subtracted, okay? So your denominator is the same, so your denominator is 10. All I'm going to do is subtract my numerators. 9 minus 2 is 7. Ask yourself the questions, one and done, it's not one. Back to back jack, they're not back to back jack, but the last question you ask is the numerator slime? If it's slime, it's prime. This is slime is prime rule, so it is 7/10 is in the simplest form. Number 9, solve the following problem, simplify your answer. Again, we have the common denominators and we're adding, okay? So my denominator is going to stay the same. I'm going to add 4 plus 6, that's going to be 10, but whoa, y'all, we have an improper fraction. So remember that with an improper fraction, you're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. 9 goes into 1 0 times. 9 goes into 10 one time. 10 minus 9 is 1, so my remainder becomes my numerator, and my denominator stays the same, so 10 ninths is equal to 1 1/9. This is the simplest form. So if you didn't change your improper fraction to a mixed number, you got 2.5 points taken off. All right, same thing with the number 10. It says solve the following problem, simplify your answer. So we have the same denominators and we're subtracting, okay? So 8, 12, so my denominator is going to be 12. 8 minus 2 is 6. Well, 6 is a factor of 12, so I can divide this by 6, and the numerator by 6 and the denominator by 6, and I get 1/2. If you stayed at 6/12, I took off 2.5 points, but if you got to 1/2, you got it correct. Make sure that you have everything that I wrote. If you got the problem wrong, everything that I wrote in red, you need to have written in that problem area with colored pen or pencil. Now Ms. Coleman will be coming to pick up your papers, and your test corrections or quiz corrections are done. Nobody leaves with them. They all have to be complete today. Now that you're done with the quiz corrections, you're going to do a practice sheet on simplifying fractions, and then there's a puzzle sheet. So it's a little bit of a challenge work. So get to work. I hope that y'all are having a great day, and I will see y'all on Monday. Talk to you later.